Hello there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault. Hello there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault. Today I feature the all-new Royal Enfield Classic 350, the BS6 model. Special thanks to SVR Motors Royal Enfield Kompally for allowing me to feature this bike for you guys. I'm featuring the gunmetal grey as well as the chrome variant that has been launched for the Classic 350. So that will be featured later on in this video, and also I'll be sharing my first ride reactions. So please stay tuned for that. So what all changes does the new Classic 350 bring along with it, the BS6 model bring along with it? First of all, the main change or the main inclusion comes right at the heart of the matter, which is the inclusion of fuel injection. So finally, Royal Enfield bid farewell to the carbureted engines and now bring in the fuel injected 350cc engine for the Classic 350, and boy, that's a huge change, and that throws open a lot of expectations as to whether the overall refinement has increased, whether overall performance has increased. Surprisingly, the power figures remain the same. The max power is 19.8 bhp and the max torque remains at 28 newton meters, so nothing changes. But what does change is that we now get alloy wheels for the gunmetal grey variant. We don't get them for the chrome variant. It continues to come with spoke wheels, but since here we get alloy wheels, another good inclusion is the inclusion of tubeless tires. That's what I'm being told by the showroom guys. You can see that it's mentioned as tubeless, so this is indeed tubeless tires, and we have a glorious sunset happening in the background and a magical machine that I'm featuring. The gunmetal grey is my personal favorite paint scheme. So you can see here that an extra can has been included for the exhaust pipe emanating from the engine. So this, I believe, is an additional catalytic converter that further reduces the overall emissions and makes the bike a lot more cleaner and greener. I also love the way the exhaust heat shield comes all the way to the back, and it looks beautifully done. Yes, you have the emphasis of EFI 350 fuel injected engine, the alloy wheels. We do get dual channel ABS as standard for the gunmetal grey. Everything else is more or less the same. You can see the seats, the brown seats come with double stitching. The rib tank pad adds a retro touch to the overall design. The speedo console remains more or less the same. We do get a low fuel warning indicator, but we still don't get a fuel gauge. So I really wish Royal Enfield had gone ahead and included a fuel gauge, because thousands of fanboys kept requesting for that. So maybe we'll have to wait for another upgrade for Royal Enfield to include a fuel gauge for the Classic 350. Now another inclusion is another safety feature, which is the Sidestand engine cutoff features. So this is the gorgeous, beautiful looking chrome color variant of the Classic 350, and perfect setting, the sun setting in the background, and look how glorious and divine this machine looks. Oh my god, it's a timeless beauty. That's what differentiates Royal Enfield motorcycles from other new state-of-the-art motorcycles that come packed with electronics package. Royal Enfield motorcycles are like unplugged music. You can see the chrome color variant continues to come with spoke wheels, but the thing to note here is that since we don't get alloy wheels, we don't get tubeless tires, we continue to get the tube tires for the chrome color variant. The other changes continue to remain the same, which is inclusion of fuel injection, but the power and torque remain more or less the same at 19.8 bhp and 28 newton meters. So it looks long and sweeping and absolutely spectacular, magnificent in this chrome color scheme. You have this heat shield extended all the way to the back, and the contrasting brown color seat with the double stitching. I can't wait to feature the black color, the stealth black color with the red graphics on it. Everything else remains more or less the same. So special thanks to SVR Motors for allowing me to feature this bike for you guys. You can see the instrument console, the switch gear, and everything remains the same. So that's pretty much it. We get the gas charged, twin gas charged shock absorbers at the back. We get telescopic forks up front. You see the stripe here that runs through the front mudguard or the front fender. Looks so beautifully done. So that's pretty much it. This was the feature of the BS6 model, the Classic 350, the chrome color variant that's been launched. And coming up next is my ride impression as to how it feels to ride and whether the fuel injection has made any difference in terms of improving the refinement and kind of improving the performance on a whole as well. So let's see how the bike feels to ride. So guys, let's take the BS6 model Classic 350 out for a short spin. Let's see whether the overall ride feel changes or not. What kind of difference does the fuel injection make? Can say it's slightly more refined now, and the initial pickup is better. Throttle response is slightly better. Throttle sensitivity is better. Yeah, clearly the throttle modulation and the throttle response is better when compared to the carbureted variant. Everything else remains more or less the same. Suspension doesn't change much. I can't feel much of a change. Yes, this is the chrome color variant, so it continues to come with spoke wheels and tube tires. We also have the gunmetal grey, which comes with alloy wheels and tubeless tires. I had ridden that as well, so that again feels the same typical Royal Enfield kind of a feel. If you rev it harder, you start feeling the vibrations. If you go easy on the throttle, and relaxed throttle inputs result in nice and linear power delivery without the vibrations creeping in. And the bike's just arrived, so I just wanted to steal a ride such that I can share my first ride impression or reaction right away, so long as I'm not getting into a hurry or hurrying up on the throttle or ringing the throttle really hard. The engine refinement is there, and that's what Royal Enfield motorcycles are all about. It's not like the crazy powerful sport bikes which come drenched with technology and they offer what they're supposed to offer. The best way to differentiate Royal Enfield motorcycles from others is like comparing Eminem and the likes of Celine Dion and Whitney Houston. Now, Celine Dion and Whitney Houston are amazing with their powerful vocals, the melody and everything, but then they can never rap like Eminem. Now, expecting them to rap like Eminem is crazy because it's not their character, it's not their nature, it's not their genre. Similarly, you can't expect Eminem to dish out vocals like Celine Dion and Whitney Houston because he is a predominant rapper. So that's what differentiates these immortal, age-old classic retro machines from the modern sport bikes which come drenched with technology and state-of-the-art equipment. And yes, they outperform because they are meant to outperform other motorcycles, but these try to keep the essence of true motorcycling alive and authentic, and that is something you need to appreciate. Instead of copying others, Royal Enfield stick to the pure raw motorcycling formula that still gives the rider complete control, and it is the skill of the rider controlling the machine rather than the onboard electronics doing the job for you. So that's what differentiates Royal Enfield motorcycles. That's why it enjoys such a huge cult following, and that is the reason it enjoys the kind of phenomenal following it has across our nation. The pickup right off the mark is much better on the fuel injected variant. Literally wants to jump off the mark. See, it literally leaps each time you slot it into gear and bring the throttle wide open. Yes, the acceleration is slightly better, the refinement is far better. You can feel that if you've ridden the older generation Royal Enfield Classic 350s, which had a lot of vibration unless and until you were really easy going on the throttle. So apart from that, the braking is pretty neat. You do get dual channel ABS as standard. The power and torque figures remain the same, so that's what I'm told. So nothing much changes. 19.8 bhp and maybe 28 Newton meters of torque. That continues to be the case. but what does make a difference is the inclusion of fuel injection, which makes things a lot more smoother, refined and sophisticated, and of course more satisfying than the outgoing carbureted models. And I really love the way the chrome model rides. The ride quality is far better. Maybe it's because of the spoke wheels, I'm not sure. When compared to the alloy wheel variant, I love the way this one rides. It's smoother, much more confident, and it literally glides over the roads and the potholes that the city roads have on offer. So overall, the throttle response is better, the initial pickup is better, the refinement is better, the brakes continue to remain as good as they were when the dual channel ABS variant was introduced, and the damping settings are more or less the same, so nothing changes. The suspension setup is ideally set up, neither too hard nor too soft. It's ideally set to offer a good comfortable ride through the city. See the way the bike literally jumps each time you slot it into gear, let go of the clutch and ring the throttle. That's something different that I could notice with the fuel injected variant. Another safety feature that Royal Enfield have included is the Sidestand engine cutoff feature. So you can see the engine is on, and I'm going to put the Sidestand on, and you can see the engine cuts off. So there is a good safety feature that Royal Enfield have included in this Classic 350, the BS6 model. So that's pretty much it. This sums up my quick fire update review of the all new, sensational, much awaited Royal Enfield Classic 350 BS6 model. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care, God bless and ride safe.